channel. I'm Amy. Today we're gonna do a mukbang. As you saw in the previous clip, I went to a very popular soul food barbecue place here in North Carolina, in Durham, North Carolina to be specific. And John had a working man's plate, which is a barbecue sandwich, and you get two sides. And then I have, and I'm gonna show you guys a rib plate, which I'm not going to be able to eat all these ribs. I'm probably going to eat one, and then John will finish the rest of them for me. But let me just get, you know how ribs has got sauce and it can be messy. But I'm going to show you all what I have. So there you go. That's ribs, macaroni and cheese, and candy yams. And they give you 2 hush puppy balls. So, yeah, we're going to sit here and enjoy this, and we're going to have a good conversation. I want to talk about the situation that happened to the troops in Niger. First of all, I don't believe that they left him. I don't think so. I think that maybe, if anything, you know, they couldn't get to him. But, you know, one thing I can say about, you know, military guys, and I grew up in North Virginia, and that's a big military, the largest military base, naval base in the U.S. So, I've dated quite a few military guys, Navy, and I'm going to say, you know, they're very close, tight-knit. So, if they left him, you know, for any reason, it's because they couldn't get to him. You know, if he was there, they say he was there for 48 hours. His body was there for 48 hours. Now, you know, when the body was there for 48 hours, they couldn't get to his body because maybe the enemy was, I don't know, you know, had spotted that area out. They spotted the enemy out and they couldn't get to it. But I just can't believe that they would do that. I mean, I don't know everything, but it's in my spirit. I don't think they did that on purpose, and I could be wrong. You know what I do want to say is how I feel about what Trump said when he called that man's widow. Nickname was LaDavid Johnson. Yes, his name was LaDavid Johnson. It was 4 of them that apparently was killed, ambushed and killed, but LaDavid was the only African American one. And like I said before, you know, people keep going up there saying, well, I saying lady, I don't know her name, asking why was he left there for 48 hours. I mean, you know, they got snipers, but half they saw the snipers in the area and they couldn't get them. But I don't believe that they left them on purpose. I mean, I could be wrong. And if I am, God forgive me and help the people who did that, because this is mindset the Lord. But what I don't agree with is what Trump said. And I don't know how many of y'all Trump supporters is, you know, my subscribers, but you ain't gonna like what I'm about to say, what I'm getting ready to say. You're not gonna like it, but what he said was uncalled for. You know, everybody know when you sign up for the military that there's a chance, especially nowadays. Back when I was in high school, if somebody said they're going in the military, it's like, okay, they're going in the military. You don't really think about them going to battle. I mean, it crosses your mind, but you know, now you know. You know, you're going in the military, there's a chance you're going to battle, but who in the world in their right mind gonna say he knew what he was signing up for? To the widow of the person that, you know, just lost their life fighting the country that you are the commander-in-chief of. I don't get that. I don't know if he thinks before he speaks or what, or he just that cold-hearted, but it's not good. I mean, the other countries are just laughing at us. You know, just completely just laughing at us. You know, saying what kind of buffoon we have as a president. And, you know, I can't help but, even if let's just say I was trying to have an open mind about Trump. Okay? When he says the things that he does, you can't help but see him for what he is. And not that, you know, I really didn't care for him in the first place. You know, people are like, well, this is our president, but this president is not acting like a president. And then every chance he get, he tries to put down President Obama. I mean, it's like it's almost like he's obsessed with him. And then he goes on to say, well, some other presidents didn't call. The first president come out of his mouth, if I'm not mistaken, was President Obama. He was like, well, a lot of presidents didn't call the troops when they passed away. That's a lie. They showed so many times on film when President Obama has called families of victims. But every chance he gets, he bashing them. And then I think he said something about Bush too. Now, I don't know if Bush got pissed off or what, but Bush came out of hiding, so to speak, because he don't, you know, he really haven't had too much to say. And he slapped him. I mean, he was, he went in on him. I saw it. I saw him when he was speaking at, I think it was George W. Bush Institute or whatever. He went in. I mean, he really told him off, you know. He just got him straight, you know, about the things he was doing and saying. I mean, he even spoke on racism and, you know, he just really, you can tell without him saying Trump's name, he was talking to Trump. And, you know, like I said, I don't know because, you know, he got pissed off because he was saying that he never called the troops. You know, I don't know. But, you know, the family of the troops, you know, that passed away, that was a lie. Half of the stuff that man say out his mouth is a lie. But back to this. I mean, I don't care how heartless you are. You have got to be a total heartless person to call a widower of somebody that just died, a troop that just died. And the circumstances, you know, they're saying, you know, people pointing fingers and this and that and the third, which I don't, like I said before, that's my personal belief. I know that those guys love each other, you know, they're very fond of each other, and they would risk their lives for each other. So I don't believe he was just left there, you know. I never been in a battle zone myself, but if you know, you got like a sniper shooting and everybody trying to get away for their lives, you know, if they was able to pull him, they probably would. But maybe the way the bullets was coming, all they could do, and they saw that he was, you know, already down, and they assumed he was dead. Maybe he was dead. We wasn't there, you know. But I just don't think they left him on purpose, you know. And you know, to the families of the victims, you know, to all the families of the troops who died, you know, my heartfelt sympathies, you know, to you all, you know, and you know, the troops, may God rest their souls, because they died defending this country. And to me, a useless war. You know, this war is useless. You know, and people have died. I don't even know the count, but so many people have died behind this war that to me is useless. And you know, they say they're going to try to control Al-Qaeda and ISIS. They're not going to control them. We got people in different countries who are going to house these people, who are going to let them come to their country. You think when they apply for their visa that they put on the application, yes, I'm a part of ISIS, yes. Okay. No, they're not going to do that. You know, that's not going to happen. Now, one thing that he did, I kind of agree with, is when he said, you know, some countries that he feel was, I guess a lot of ISIS people came from, you know, he wanted to stop immigration from that. I say, until they can really, really thoroughly check the people who are coming, from there. Because, check their arrest record. I mean, I don't think he should just stop it. But yeah, the process to allow them to come over here to those countries that have a lot of ISIS coming out of it, and Al-Qaeda, I think that they need to really take their time and go through with a fine-tooth comb the individuals who's coming over here. And then at that point too, you may still not find what you're looking for, but at least they can say they tried, because you can't just discriminate. You know what I'm saying? You can say, oh, these countries, we're going to really take our time and only, select the very best candidates at this time because of what's happening. But I don't think they should just completely stop it, because they're going to find their way through here anyway. Send a message that we're serious and we're not letting everybody over here. But at the same time, send the right message. I don't know what's going to happen. Now that they're saying that, people trying to stir up the rumor that the David was left there, for 48 hours. This is going to cause a lot of confusion and controversy. It really is. And, it looked like to me they're trying to put division in the military. They don't realize that they're putting division. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm sure there is racism everywhere, but for the most part, when, the soldiers that I've talked to, they stick together. So I don't believe they would leave him over there. If they left his body there, not because it was impossible for them to get to the body without them totally being annihilated themselves. And you have to use some common sense. Now, like I said, I'm not, I wasn't there. None of us was there. We can only just think, think the best. Don't always think the negative, the worst thing. Some things happen. I have had situations happen, and I'm telling you, every bit of the evidence led up to me to believe one thing. Every bit, but then the truth was not that. It was not that. I have had things happen that was like such a coincidence that if I didn't know the truth, I would assume that this happened. And so you can't say, well, all the evidence point to it. All the evidence could point to it, and still, in that one shred, they say it didn't happen. It happens. It happened to me with some things, and I was like, okay, sometimes just evidence is circumstantial. It just look like it is, but it's not. Those situations do happen. Okay, so especially with my son, practicing law, those things happen. But anyway, what we're gonna do at this point in time is we're gonna pray. Prayer changes things. I suggest we pray. We pray for this country. We pray that, our president do not lead us into war with North Korea. Although for a while now, I believe that we are going to war with North Korea. I believe it with everything that's in me. And I believe it ain't going to be that long. Some of these people, I don't know if you ever watch some of these Korean movies or some of these Asian movies, but a lot of them will die a martyr in a minute. This man may know that he may be wiped off of the country, off the face of the earth, but he the type that say, well, at least I gave him a fight. That's the thing that really, I ain't gonna say scares me, but alarms me about the Korean president. I can't think of his name. It really alarms me about him, because I know from watching my brother, he loves Korean movies. And I be watching them with him when I come in town. And a lot of them will die a martyr in a minute if it's a good cause. Okay? And the way they respect that man, he get brainwashed, all of them, to say, okay, they're gonna wipe us off the map, but we're gonna give them a fight. Okay, and that's the type of person he is, and that's what alarms me. And people so used, the Bible says you're gonna hear of wars and rumors of wars, and that's true. Yeah, we definitely heard of wars and rumors of wars, but the threats from this man is none like any other. I mean, back in the day, he said, oh, we might go to war with this, we might go to war with this, but no, this man is out. He came point blank out and said that America can expect, to go to war with him. He said it. I think it was last night I was watching on YouTube, and this a pastor was up there, and he was sharing his thoughts about what he had just said. And I just shook my head, because I was like, you know what? People don't realize how serious this is. They hear wars and rumors of wars so many times in your life. You hear it so many times that you really just don't, you know what I'm saying? You like, okay, we may go to war or whatever, but this threat is real. You know, this is not some idle threat. This threat, Kim Jong-un is his name. The president of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, is crazy. Okay? And, he is the type that will go down with a fight. Excuse me, I got something in my teeth. And he will, probably brainwash all of them. Some of them ain't got no choice. And sit back and watch him start a war with a country that he knows can wipe him off. But at least he, as I said before, would say, I gave him a fight. So, I still got, y'all, let me show y'all what I got left. This all I could, this what I did. I still got 2 ribs left. I still have a hush puppy, sweet potato, yams, and macaroni and cheese. I still have all of that left, which John is probably going to finish up for dinner, because tonight I'm going someplace with my sister. It's a church, and it's called Chick Night. And I'm going to see, can I vlog? If I'm able to vlog it, I'm going to vlog that for you guys as well. So my last bite of macaroni and cheese. I hope you all have enjoyed this mukbang. I try to keep it real as the best I can. And I'm just giving you all the facts, and you all decipher for yourself. Thank you for watching. May God bless you, and may heaven shine upon you.